After being betrayed by the Maroons, the party managed to fight them off or restrain them long enough to escape the island. Graham got off one final shot, finally killing the witch, and the party made their way back to the fleet.
Poor Meredith.
Walter was given a burial at sea, and then the party, guided by Mary's vision, went to the lost colony at Roanoke. They wandered around for a while before stumbling upon a seemingly abandoned village, as well as a redcoat patrol and a bunch of undead Indians. They teamed up with the redcoats to ward off the Indians, and just as things were starting to look like they might be in over their heads, a woman in white appeared.
John.
A woman in white appeared and banished both the Indians and the village. They now see the village as it really is, a ruin, for it is the lost colony. And so
Roanoke.
Well, I mean, is it really lost if we just found it?
Well,
It's split hairs here, but now it's a
I
found
think-
colony.
it
I
is the
think
village
that
of Pine. It is the village of the lost colonists.
I would say that if we're lost as well, then it doesn't count as the village no longer being lost.
I'm really kind of
Because-
sad to say that, I'm a philosophy minor and I can make the argument, and knowing full well physics defines this being wrong, that if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, it makes no sound because humans define what sound actually is. This audience would actually agree with me, being like, actually, it doesn't make sound, which concerns me greatly, but also thank you for existing.
I think there was a compliment in there somewhere.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Backhanded though it may have been.
I'll take it as a compliment.
We're all the same kind of special, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
All right. So yes, you guys are in the village. Virginia did put the redcoat to sleep.
Can you remind us? Because I think we're inside of the church, right? Or did we end up going out of the church?
You guys are in the ruins of the church.
Okay, so it is still ruins and nothing changed except for just her shining light.
Basically, the village you thought you were in was some kind of trickery, and the village as it really is the ruins.
Is Virginia is she still talking in my head personally? Like, can I communicate with her that way?
Yes, though everyone seems to hear when she talks.
Is it in our heads too, or is it just
her voice is in everyone's head. You guys speak normally, and then she responds telepathically.
I would mention that to her that what color hair does the guy have again with the hat?
He's albedo. He's
Albedo,
white,
yeah.
Yeah.
Albedo, the person with white hair, did not come as part of our party, and I don't think
understand.
he has good intentions.
I understand. And yet, he is as necessary as you are. No harm will come to any of you while you are within my realm. That includes harm that you may wish to do to one another. You have questions. I will strive to answer them.
Why did you ask for me to come here and say that it was urgent?
Because the war that is raging outside the borders of my colony risks awakening something dark and powerful. I needed someone from both sides of that war to come to understand the consequences your actions may have. You are standing in the site of the first sacrifice. In the land of my grandfather, the land of your ancestors, good has battled evil since time immemorial. Forces of evil, what you might call princes of evil, have laid claim to the various territories. But they are kept at bay by good men fighting. When men came to this continent, no prince of evil had yet risen. But in the conflict between my grandfather's people and those they found here, one found a way to elevate himself to that role. He played on the fear of the natives, the fear they had for my grandfather's people. He drove them to massacre them. The massacre was the first sacrifice, elevating this evil to the status of a prince. It was then that he took his name from the tribe of natives that he had corrupted to follow him. The name that was carved into his first sacrifice. He is called Croatoan. And on that day, he became the Demon Prince of North America.
I heard you saying Demon Prince of Bel Air in my head, if I'm being honest, and I regret that completely.
God damn it, Aaron.
At the mention of there being a demon prince, I think I'm going to reclaim my pistol I think I dropped and sort of quietly try to start reloading it.
Sure. I sympathize with you. Your peoples, the people of this continent, seek to free themselves from foreign rule. And I sympathize with this, though it pains me to see the people of my land in war against the people of my grandfather's land. However, both sides have brought their use of magic into the war. It is this magic war that risks creating a third sacrifice and giving Croatoan even more power.
What is the connection, milady, between the severed head which we carry and the Croatoan?
Look at you. It's like going, the guy's right here.
I assume that you say that in your head and not out loud.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
That's how we're talking to these people, right?
As far as I know, you guys are speaking out loud because you are not telepaths. You can't project your thoughts.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, I didn't realize. I forgot Albedo was
Oh,
there.
so we can't think and she won't hear us?
Oh, isn't it? Oh, Albedo wasn't asleep. It was just the red coat.
Yep.
Okay.
The head belongs to the horseman, who is a hound of Croatoan.
How do we get rid of it?
By striking a mortal blow against the head, it will be as if you had struck a mortal blow against the horseman himself.
So if we were to burn it?
Or stab it?
Anything that would be a fatal wound inflicted upon the head will be as if that same wound were inflicted upon the horseman himself.
I'll be done in a moment.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a question. Was the Dark Prince part of the colony? Before he became a prince?
He was not a mortal being. When I say the Demon Prince of North America, I mean demon.
So
Oh.
I have a crazy question, and far be it from me from asking this question. It might be partially metagaming, but what if we were to pit the headless horseman guy against the actual demon prince?
How would we turn somebody? How would we turn him against his master?
Okay, so what's going through my head right now is Lord of the Rings.
You're only
First
thinking
of all,
that because I clearly used the Galadriel mini for Virginia.
No, I actually am not even looking at the computer right now. I'm writing notes. See, now you changed it.
Croatoan cannot be defeated by mortal means. His agents can be fought. His plans can be foiled, but attempting to fight him would be like attempting to fight a force of nature. You would fail and most likely perish. And when she says this, I'm going to basically let you guys know that Croatoan is kind of uses the same stat block as Cthulhu, where it says, we're not putting stats for this. If the party tries to fight him, just explain to them how they all died. Like, her words are carrying that kind of sense. Like, you don't fight Croatoan. You just pray that he never actually enters the mortal realm.
Surely,
What would you have us do?
I would have you go to your respective sides and convince them that while the war for your independence may continue, the magic war must be brought to a conclusion. We cannot risk a third sacrifice that would empower Croatoan. And as more and more magic is brought into this war, that risk becomes ever more likely. At this point, Albedo is approaching her. My lady, I will serve you if you will have me. I will go to my father. I will convince him to end his involvement in this war.
And who's his father?
His father is John D, somebody who we believe to be somebody who hasn't died for a very long time, probably due to the fact that he has had the Philosopher's Stone, and who is very loyal to the British cause.
Yes, historically, John Dee was credited as one of the people who coined the term British Empire.
Gotcha.
He's a couple hundred years old at this point. He was an actual alchemist, basically Merlin to Queen Elizabeth. If you know, he was the closest thing to Merlin in real life. He was a contemporary of Sir Francis Drake.
I see. Thank you.
Yep. I will. Yes. Go, child. And at this point, she waves her hand, and Albedo and his redcoat are.
Can I roll?
They don't disappear, but a fog kind of rolls around them, and when the fog clears, there's no trace of them.
Would I have been able to roll an empathy to see if they were being truthful in that?
You may.
Because it could just be they wanted out of here, and
And now that they know that we have the head.
well, it's not going to be in our possession for very much longer. It's soon going to be turned to ash. So I'm not as much worried with that.
Yeah, I actually wonder if two of us should go off and actually end the head while the rest of us just stay here and figure this out.
Well,
yeah, we need to destroy the head. That needs to go, no
I
Oh, yeah.
have silver musket balls and also a silvered bayonet. So
Let's go kill
I-
it.
I'm pretty sure we can find somewhere to burn it here.
Well, all I know is that if we split the party right now and do this, that will split Adam's attention, so it won't come back to reclaim itself when we're actually killing it.
Well, I think just destroying it here in this village is fine because that way she can keep an eye on it.
Mhm.
Like, just
Yeah, fair.
I would like.
Also, based on your empathy roll, yeah, Albedo seems almost. Albedo has had an almost kind of religious moment and does seem truly devoted to. Truly sincere in his promise to serve Virginia.
Of course,
Is there
his
such a
father
thing?
may not
Yeah,
have that opinion for
yeah.
very long.
You have no way of knowing if his father's going to go along with it, but Albedo seems sincere.
Now, when she says we have to stop using magic, what does that entail? Or
yeah, that was another question I have.
It is not the use of magic that risks empowering Croatoan. It is the use of magic for war. It is the use of magic for killing, for doing harm.
Well, in our defense, milady, there's been unearthly things that we've had to deal with. The head is just one of the things. Would you just
And I
have
would
us?
not take from you your ability to defend yourself. But are you certain that you've never lashed out in anger? Are you certain you have never... You could
So,
never have found a better way?
I could say that every single
Are you
shot that
certain that
I've made.
Are you certain that every time you have used magic, it has been against the servants of the dark and not against your fellow man?
I've never used magic. I don't know how that works.
She's kind of looking at Mary and Silverlock when she says that last part. Like
Would I
both of
see
you,
that? Is that pretty obvious, or?
both of them kind of get that in their heads. Like that
oh,
part is
I'm
what's
very
going
well
on.
aware of that, but it's like,
Like this is this is basically it has the tone of a parent telling you they're not mad, they're just disappointed.
yeah,
Hey, Adam, is there such a thing of like in this game or in this universe of like a magic Faraday cage?
I'm not sure what you mean.
We know a Faraday cage in science is like it's a essentially a metal apparatus that prevents signals from going in and out of it. So would there be like a magical like let's say stone circle, or these people have like a thing that would, if you were to bring the actual head in there, that could you know
I mean, yeah, there are probably places that either trap
block?
magic in or keep it out, but you can't just make one.
Okay, that's what I figured. Now, if we confirm that the head can't communicate with its body,
I'm pretty sure it can communicate with its body. Also, I would give John and, well, not John, Graham the head to kill and set on fire. Um, Meanwhile, would you recommend that us who have these abilities would not participate in any wars?
I support your cause of independence. I would not ask you to abandon it. I would not ask you to refrain from using your magic against the forces of darkness. But ask yourself, do you truly believe you were given these powers for them to be a tool of war?
Honestly, I'm trying to think of, for the most part, when I've used my magic, and it has mostly been against, zombies.
Mm-hmm.
well, you've done your harm spell against
Yeah,
Picarian.
yeah. I wasn't the one who
Yeah.
actually killed him either
Yeah,
time,
I mean, to be
actually.
fair, she tried to use her harm spell against Pitcairn, and he seemed immune to it because he had an artifact.
Yeah. Mine boosts my abilities. The main one, the and of course I've used my Nature's Embrace against both the werewolf and.
Yeah.
But But it's like sometimes the nature embrace has been more or less to restrain the enemy.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get into every single incident. She's just
Yeah.
telling you in general, and you're going to have to decide for yourselves.
Okay. My question would be, if I use magic in a way that doesn't kill them.
Your empowering spell, I think, is basically what you and I have been both using.
I know
Since it's
mostly
been
what I've been using is harm, but if I now use like sleep for regular people, would that be doing something to empower Croatoan?
Croatoan.
Well,
Croatoan.
Croatoan.
it's more of if it results in killing people. I think is more the intent of the spell. And
Yeah, she's not going into any more detail. You guys are going to have to use your best judgment.
War usually
Ah.
involves killing.
I will
If you-
stand behind
War
every
is
shot
about
that I've
taking
made.
somebody's future away. So
You guys are going to have to use your own judgment, and if you awaken the Prince of Hell, well, then you know you did it wrong.
And at that
kind
point,
of
I
hoping
get
for
the
some
rewind
guidance.
time spell.
Thought I'd not get that far.
So if I awaken the Prince of Hell, do I get the rewind time spell and try again?
I think I
We
played that
all
game
roll-
before, Adam.
I'll roll up new demons from hell for characters or something.
Suddenly we're in Dragon Quest.
Oh,
I have a question for you, Lady Virginia. Recently, we've become members of an order, which essentially it allows us to hunt those dark creatures that you're discussing. It seems to me it'd be in the best interest of preventing this calamity by removing those other threats. And I feel like our party, and I'll look back at the rest of you all, is most well capable of dealing with these otherworldly monstrosities that we've been seeing. I would think that's in the best interest of our country.
I do believe they have plans of throwing as much at us as they can.
Well, regardless, they will continue to use their magic for evil. But if we can stop them,
Yes. I'm acquainted with your order. And fighting against the creatures of the darkness. That is a noble purpose.
I don't have much else to live for, my lady.
Oh, rubbing it in too soon. And everyone goes, oh.
We all
It's
look
just-
away. We're like, ugh.
it's like
Graham's all
I told you
dramatic.
guys we should have left the kid alone, but I was like,
It's awkward silence afterwards.
Well,
Well, we'll kill ahead.
yeah, we got some business, so give us a minute. Bang.
The better thing which I should have said was, well, time to go hit the head. Literally.
Oh my goodness.
Adam, really, you brought him in to the.
He makes the bad puns, so I don't have to.
You're welcome.
Do you see Adam smile? Do you see him smile?
You mean that slightly hiding behind the arm? No, I didn't see that at all.
All right. So
Meredith would try to comfort Graham and just pat him on the shoulder, and eventually you'll find something else to protect.
The world. At this point, rather than some demon being unleashed. Sounds like a worthy goal.
And it's like if I don't kill people with my spells.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Well,
what the
most
law
of the time I
says
don't.
about kneecaps.
Yes, the Lady Virginia is less specific about kneecaps.
They're still alive. It makes sense.
Yeah. Well, like I said, most of the time I think I don't bring the claws out. Might knock them out, but it's disabling them. Yeah.
Surely you have more questions. I will answer them if I am able to.
I know that trying to fight a Prince of Evil is a very bad idea, and we should not endeavor to do so. However, I am curious about his minions and where he would get them from, so that we may stop it.
The earliest servants were the tribe that slaughtered this colony.
Are those what we faced earlier?
That is what remains of them.
Oh, is there more of them?
Yes, they are too far gone, too lost to his corruption to be considered human anymore. His next servants, more powerful ones, were gained by his second sacrifice. You would know this as Salem.
The witches?
Yes.
I'll look at Meredith.
Most of the witches in Salem were white witches. They used their powers for good.
Ah.
But one, born to the coven but lacking power herself, was twisted by jealousy and took the power offered by Croatoan. It is she that now lives as the consort.
Is the what?
As his consort.
What is her name?
I was gonna say, did we kill her?
You get some kind of interference, like Virginia can't speak the name. Forgive me.
Who did you just kill last session, Adrian?
Tatuba.
Tituba.
Tituba is not his consort.
What
She
about?
was- She
Would
was
I be able to give a description of what she looks like? Does she look like what I saw in my vision? Like,
You are pretty sure that this woman you saw in your most recent vision, might be the consort.
I would give a description of what she looked like, and let me look through my notes really quick.
Is she the one from Cape Cod?
No.
No, that was Tituba.
That's what I thought.
Tituba is not his consort. She was killed by the witch hunters. Not part of the coven, but had her own magical tradition. He offered her a second chance at life with a new master who would reward her loyalty in kind. And she accepted his offer and became one of his hounds.
I have bad news for her. Or regarding her, I shot her.
She sort of went up in smoke, so to speak.
I will shed no tear for a hound of Croatoan.
So she was one, this another. Let us dispose of this head.
Can the hounds come back?
The horseman could, as long as his head remained.
Well,
Tituba had no such connection to this world. If she has been killed, then she will not return.
Yeah, I take the Philosopher's Stone out from the pouch where I've been carrying it. What is the best thing to do with this? Because I'm afraid of leaving it with, yeah.
If you would trust me to leave it here, I would keep it from all who would use it, for good or for ill.
can we just destroy it? Or is it indestructible?
Good question. Can you
It
kill?
cannot
Can
be.
you
It
destroy the
cannot be
Philosopher's Stone?
destroyed, for it exists. If you break it into fragments, those fragments will still contain power. And there will simply be more of them.
How much power would a fragment of that contained? Say, I give an estimate of a ring-sized jewel
Shard.
shard. Say a piece this big.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking if it could be weaponized into bullets.
No, I'm just thinking of a certain extravagant founding father that has a ring made out of a shard of the. Yeah.
The shards of the stone contain the power of the stone itself. Though there are limits as to how much can be drawn from a mere shard.
But can a shard be a way of finding, allowing someone to find where, the rest is? Because,
It is possible, though if the stone is here, none can enter my home unless I allow them to.
Well, the Albito's father. It's possible he has a shard, and I know for sure of one other shard piece.
yeah, I'm in a position that I think I trust her with the
Oh,
the stone more than anybody else I've met. So
I for sure agree with you on that one.
I hand her the stone. It's like I feel like you're probably the best guardian for this. I hate to burden you with
John, you now gain the patron a patron resource, Virginia Dare.
Am I muted?
No.
Oh, okay.
So just like replacing the Philosopher's Stone, which I never actually told you what it would do, you gain the patron Virginia Dare. It gives you a +1 bonus to various skill rolls that basically things that she would help with. And actually, her skill set kind of overlaps with yours really well. So you have that patron bonus, and I will let you know, or you can ask me if it applies to any given roll.
Okay.
And so that is your level 0 resource in place of membership in the order.
Yeah.
You said that I will call them zombies, for lack of a better word. Well, they were his first, the great demon devil, his first sacrifice gave him those.
Yes.
It seems to me that they should be destroyed, the same as his hounds. If we can.
They should. And you did a great service in felling as many of them as you did. Unfortunately, they, like me, walk in two worlds and cannot be tracked so easily.
What of the other hounds?
They intend to make more.
If Tituba has fallen, and if you slay the horseman with his head, I know of no other hounds currently serving Croatoan. He will seek a new one.
Does he have any champions who can? Does John D serve him?
No.
Not yet.
No.
I
John
worry.
D is like your Mr. Franklin. They use magic in service of a cause without realizing the dangers.
Yeah, I think of Legion. It's like, yeah. Yeah, I sort of agree there.
I will trust in the son of John Dee to bring his father to the negotiation. Just as I will trust in you to bring the leaders of your countrymen, your Dr. Franklin, to the table.
Who else do you need from our side?
Well, for the most part, other than Franklin, the Order works to fight against monstrosities and not specifically for the Patriot cause. So,
Excuse me.
is there any others, lady? No, I totally wasn't thinking it. Is there any others, Miss America?
Yes. I know of Dr. Franklin because you know of Dr. Franklin.
What
If
about
there are others within your order, within your fledgling nation that are using magic for the war,
I don't believe Paul Revere can do what you can do. I'm looking kind of
I will
both
trust
Mary
I
and
will trust
Silver.
you to determine who must be part of this solution. But for now, I have another task for you. Not for me, but for your revolution. There is a man to the north. He quite literally carries the fate of this continent with him, and he is in danger.
Tell us more.
He is from a bloodline that is tied to this land almost as strongly as I am.
I have a feeling it's General Washington, but
If he falls, your fledgling nation may fall with him. Head north. Find him and protect him. His destination will be the same as yours.
then what is our destination, other than north?
If you intend to carry out my request, your destination will be the city you call Philadelphia, the home of your Dr. Franklin.
Hmm. If we go do this, what should we look for? Like what?
How will we know we've found the one we seek?
Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Channing.
You will know him, for he will claim to be a true son of Virginia.
Well, it could be Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Patrick
Sure.
Henry.
It's George Washington. I was like half expecting you to say he will be the one kneeling on one knee in prayer. I have one more question. When I would say it telepathically, when I see things sometimes in water, do you direct what I see, or how does that work?
Only once when I called you here. There are other powers in this world, higher powers even than I. The only vision I have guided is the one that called you here.
Did you take me out of The dark stone room where I saw him and her.
Yes.
And-
To stop Croatoan's eye from falling upon you, I interceded and called you here. It took much of my power and allowed the darkness to encroach upon this place. I will not be able to do so again, for I cannot risk this falling into Croatoan's hands. And she holds the Philosopher's Stone as she says that. This will be safe, but in protecting it, I am not going to be able to push beyond the limits of my home. Still, you will have access should you return to this place, should you wish to see me again. You will be accepted here.
I would thank her for helping me out that one time because it could have been very bad. Trying to think if there's anything else. Have we destroyed the head yet? Is there like a bonfire going?
You guys have talked a lot about destroying the head.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
sure
kill the
anyone actually destroyed the head.
I want to kill the head pretty badly.
Yeah, let's kill the head.
The longer it exists, the longer I just don't want to be around it. So we're doing this with silver bullets, silver stabbing, flames, all the above.
Yes, all of the above.
Yes.
And then
Fire
we're gonna
appropriate.
pour
Yes.
garlic on it, like garlic and holy water and.
Do we have oil? Does anybody have any like lamp oil or something like that we could?
I have candle wax.
I was gonna say, if there's some pine, you can get
That's
a nice
true.
foot fire there.
Virginia almost seems amused that she's told you repeatedly all you have to do is strike a fatal blow and you're planning some big ritual.
We're all about overkill. That's what we're about.
No, it's precautions.
It
and
came back multiple times. So
All right.
I assure you, just striking a fatal blow against the head will slay the horseman.
I have another question. Okay, yeah. Sorry,
Fanny can't
you're-
believe he's doing this, but he takes the head and he takes his saber and he tries to run it right through.
There's a flash in the vacant eyes of the head.
Mm-hmm.
Some smoke comes out of the mouth, almost like blood. It just kind of drifts down, and then that's it. It is a head with a sword rammed through it.
Awesome. I have my revenge.
So do you believe? now?
that's
Feel
a
better.
style point. If I could award one style point, it would be that.
I am going to give you the style point. I'm also going to remind you guys that in addition to the experience you got last week, I'm giving you one extra point as a
All
victory
right.
point for last week because you
As a side note, I don't know if you know this, but pretty much like all of our first encounters, Josiah kept getting knocked out
yeah.
by
So
Yeah,
it's
he was-
personal between myself and the headless
Almost
horseman.
killed by the headless horseman like 3 times.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a little personal.
That was
I
perfect.
think it's good that
Like you kept jumping in front of me, so it's like I was like, I'm
Well-
here. Let him take me.
Mm.
He didn't know what he was dealing with because he, at that point, didn't believe in the supernatural. So he just thought it was some very rude guy. on
And
a
the
horse.
fact that he kept
They're really-
ending up in a coma made him not trust his memories of the headless man every time he woke up from it.
It's clearly just a guy with a really big collar.
Clearly, I can't trust my own memories. Clearly, this is the wound playing tricks with my mind. But yes, the horseman. I mean, it's back in Philadelphia, dead, but it's dead.
Good.
Is
riddance.
it possible for the doctor
Was it
to
like-
give me?
Sorry.
No. I was just gonna say, it's like I'm still wounded from last time. I know Virginia did heal me, but I didn't know if the doctor could still do first aid or not. But that's
I'm going to say
Yeah.
Virginia will restore all of you to full health before
Okay.
you depart her realm.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Very thoughtful.
Not idly do the leaves of Lorien fall.
Yes, you are all restored to full health.
Do we go out of here in a boat? On a river?
Swan boats.
Perhaps with a
Oh.
cape, some bread, maybe a rope.
Mhm.
Is there
Shiny daggers.
is there any signs of the deceased that like there was, I think a couple redcoats got torn up and there's the
The
zombies.
dead redcoat
Are they
is still there. You
I'm-
notice the plants have started to kind of overgrow him.
Does
Like-
John get a lock of her hair?
Like the plants have started to.
Sorry.
No, that was good. It's like I'm torn. Do
Of course
I give
it'd
a
be
style
John.
point? All right, I'll give a style point, even though I don't want to encourage more. Yes, I do. Who am I kidding? I always want to encourage Lord of the Rings jokes.
Grandma's kind of
I'm going to regret saying that, but
seeing as how it's we did not like this man didn't perish in opposition to us. I will try to make sure that he has a decent burial. I know if it's like already kind of gardening over him, I'd probably still kind of like
it's
move some dirt.
Yeah, it's basically like nature is quickly reclaiming the body. Like
Mhm.
it's
Probably as to his body not to go for evil purposes.
it's basically
For some-
it's basically
Cleansing ground.
yeah. He's being reclaimed by hallowed ground. It will
Mhm.
yeah.
I'll try to speed it up along just by making sure that it is covered, and then the grass can do whatever from there. But looking around there, if there's no sign of the undead, I will just make sure my weapons are back to loaded and ready, and kind of hobble over. Is she still talking with people actively, or have we now kind of broken up?
Yeah, because
If anyone's trying to talk to her, she will talk to them.
well, one thing I'm wondering is there a way that I can tell these bad Indians, or natives from the others? Because that's something that, yeah.
The fact that they looked like zombies and had claws was
Okay.
probably your first clue.
Oh, okay. Well,
It
I'm
was
not even gonna,
dark.
I'm not going to have Virginia answer that. I'm just going to remind you
Okay.
that they did not look human.
You know how there's no such thing as a stupid question?
Hey, trust me, I ask
We've all
stupid
asked
questions
stupid questions.
at work all the time, and they're probably the best ones to ask.
It's like the South Park. It's like the South Park quote. There are no
Yes.
stupid questions, just stupid people.
That's not very
No
nice.
offense.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like I ask them all the time at work because you'd be surprised that for facilities dealing with hazardous waste that they'll be going, oh yeah, we met that, and it's like, going, no. The answer is no. You can't do that. You know you can't do that, but why?
Yeah, there are a lot of times where it's just like the simplest flowchart. Do you think this is a good idea? Yes. Wrong. Don't do that.
Well, yeah, you're also a criminal defense attorney, so.
Like
These
I wish
guys
I had.
skip it all the
I wish
time.
I actually had that flowchart that I could just give to people and just fill in whatever their.
I'll make it for you, Adam. I'll make it for you for Christmas. I'll even laminate it for you.
It's like, do you want to call the judge the C word? Yes. Wrong. Don't do that. And that's the flowchart.
Think it, don't say it. Yeah. You can think whatever you want, just don't act on what you're thinking of.
Just because you think
Well,
it's
if
a
they
good
could,
idea
they
to
probably
say it
wouldn't
in
be
your
in
head,
that place to begin with.
just because you think it's a good idea doesn't mean it actually is one.
No.
That's true. So yes, you guys, when you are ready to leave, Virginia simply informs you to walk out of the village, and she will see you on your way.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
I think
I'm
as we're
trying to think if
taking,
any last questions?
assuming no, as we're beginning to leave, I will mention to, I guess mostly Josiah, because Dr. Channing was the most kind of, I think, interested or involved with Ben Franklin when I remember us being at his villa. I will ask him if he thinks it's possible to do something about this leg. I don't think I can do as much as I wish with this limp. Do you think he would have some sort of ideas on how to replace
How
or
to
create something to help me walk better again? Do you think it's within the realms of science?
And you have talked to Dr. Franklin about that before, and he says he thinks he could.
Oh, I thought we retconned that. Okay, if I've already
No.
talked to him, then
Yeah,
then...
you haven't gotten it from him yet, but
Okay, cool.
if you're basically
would that have
let's say-
involved the stone?
I don't think it was going to. I think it's just
it
mechanical.
wasn't going to be like regrowing his leg. It was going to be more of a more high-tech prosthesis.
Steampunk.
So,
Also, before we leave here, I want to ensure that leaving the head remains here will not be a magnet for anything else that's dark and creepy and crawly.
I'm gonna burn it.
Yeah.
burial at Pyre away from the village.
No, I think we should. I think we should burn it and leave it in the village, and then she can cleanse its evil.
He's down for that. Let's do it.
If the head has no more power since you've slain it, if you leave it, I will see it reclaimed.
I shrug.
I'm wondering, can I get the spirit sense spell? I have the experience.
Yes,
Ooh.
I would say yes. You can learn magic from Virginia, so spend the experience if you want to buy any spells.
Yeah.
I would love to learn heal.
You have a different style of magic.
Yeah.
That's my shtick.
But she's not the same style of magic as John. She would be the same style of magic as.
But she's now my patron, or
Yeah.
But that doesn't change her style of magic.
Her style of magic is much closer to his. It's much more natural and like steeped in nature.
Okay,
Yours
then my
is much
question.
more-
She's a
yours is
druid.
much
You're
more ritual.
something else.
My question would be, where would I go to learn magic?
have your book.
Yeah, there's probably some more stuff in the Franklin Grimoire, or others who are. There are probably some within the order who are capable of teaching you.
I think you just don't want to give me the heal spell. Cheers.
I have nothing against giving you the heal spell, but I'm not just going to give it to you. You're going to have to get to a place where you can get it.
Sadness.
The plot twist is it ends up being Dr. Channing all along. You want to know the real ways?
So now we have two members of the party making sad noises.
Sad noises.
And as I said, once you guys are ready to depart, just exit the village.
I think it's.
Complete with sound effects, huh, Adrian?
It's his leg popping in
guess
the
it-
marsh.
It's better than waka 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 waka.
Is that Silverlocks? Come join me.
Sorry. What is? Okay, sorry. The witch that was turned by jealousy. She became his second in command.
His consort, yes.
Okay, consort. That's the word.
A little different from concubine,
Dr.
which is what I
Channing has a
originally thought I
question
heard.
for Virginia.
The
He has a-
world's oldest job?
Adam,
What's that?
Dr. Channing has a question for Virginia.
Okay.
He asks her, so the past few months have been interesting for me. I've discovered that there is a world there that I did not know or did not believe existed. You have told me of great evil that threatens us from this realm. Are there forces of good also
Yes.
that we can call
Yes.
upon, or
There have always been forces of good. And as long as men have walked the earth, they have kept the forces of evil at bay. I
then
believe
why do we need to do that ourselves now?
because,
Evil flourishes when good men do nothing.
in a sense, yes. The forces of good have always acted through mortals.
See,
Evil has no problem. Evil has no compunctions about commanding, enslaving. The forces of good have always sought to uplift mortals, to give to give us the power to help ourselves. But it does require those willing to answer the call.
I see. Well, thank you, milady. It does me good to know that there are beings like yourself.
Yes. Though in truth, I was born immortal, no different from any other. However, when my grandfather carried my name back to his king, I was imbued with the hope of of his people, the hope of the people that this land could become something great.
Wait. Is she the first person who was born here?
Yes.
Or the... Oh, okay.
First European,
European,
right?
yeah.
Or first British or first European?
European, yeah.
Yeah.
First well, I mean, yeah, first European. Like, there's evidence the Vikings may have discovered America first, but they didn't stay, and obviously the Spanish were further to the south in the Caribbean. So as far as what we think of as America, she was the first.
Okay.
America.
Arca.
Like the actual North American continent, she was the first.
Okay.
And basically, explaining this in a way the players will understand. Couple of references. Harry Potter, how he got saved by his mother's love. Well, she survived the massacre essentially because it wasn't love, but it was the hope of her people that basically she's like an avatar of hope.
Mm.
Think, yes, she's Galadriel, but she's also kind of a Blue Lantern.
And also Miss America.
Sure. So you guys have been sent on your way, and when you emerge from the fog, you guys, yeah, you're on the road. If
There was a road here
What?
the whole time. Why
Wait,
did
wait,
I...
But
Why
we
did-
got here by ship or by boat from the ship.
I was gonna say, why did I have to roll that navigation check in order to get here if there was a road here the whole time?
let's just say that you may have been sped along a little bit. And if you guys want to get your bearings, I will need a survival navigation check.
I can do that.
And you get a bonus to it. Plus
Okay.
1 bonus from your new patron.
Okay.
Yeah, let's have him do it. My survival's abysmal.
I have good survival, but not in navigation.
Yeah,
Yeah, only
you pretty easily orient yourself. At least you're able to find north based on the sun and trees and all that.
Awesome. Oh wait, it's on
I
both
feel
sides of the tree. Yeah.
I feel like finding north would be the easiest part, but where are we?
His survival check isn't good enough to tell
I
you
could try
that.
rolling. I could try too if you want.
Yeah, typically it's always better if multiple people are going to try to combine their efforts into one roll.
Mhm.
But for now, yes, you can try as well.
Can I assist him?
You can.
Yay.
What's my plus then?
If she's assisting you, you get a +2.
Ha.
This is not tracking, obviously, right?
The base survival +2.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What's your survival? Oh, okay.
And you pretty much do the same thing. You find north.
It's like, yep, that's north.
I
Yeah.
think that's all she wanted us to go was north.
But are we on an island or are we?
You seem to. I will say that you guys are on the mainland. You guys are off of Roanoke Island. She has sped you on your way at least that much.
Yeah.
Feel
They're
sorry
gonna-
for our ship captain.
Yeah,
It's
they're
probably-
gonna wonder what happened to us. It's like,
Oh, they said they would. They said they would give you a week and then leave without you. So
okay.
Cool.
Looks like they get a week off.
I mean, they might not wait a week. They were not enthusiastic about staying near the lost colony. After a few days of you guys having gone missing, they might not.
Yeah. Well, let's make our way back.
I think we're heading north.
Yep. Looks like we're heading north.
I would offer to try to help, but I feel like I'm quite outdone when it comes to this kind of navigation.
Well, it's like if we're on the road, I think I'm gonna try to see if I can whistle up at least a horse so we can at least move at a reasonable rate.
I think it would take more than one horse for a
Well-
reasonable rate.
Well, at least one, so someone that with a peg leg can move. It was
Yeah.
what I was sort of.
That's a good point.
That was what I was sort of intending.
Yes. No need to beat around the bush. I'm
Well,
slow.
yeah. Well, like I said, that's what I was. That's why I said we needed at least one. That's
I won't complain. I need to
What's your
talk to
move?
Franklin. I think.
What's your move, Adrian?
It's 2 or 3.
Oh,
No, it's
okay.
3. It's
Okay, so
5
our
minus
move
2.
is equally bad.
oh.
Perhaps you should consider different attire. I don't know why else you'd be so slow.
Well, that or I could just sort of go off. It's like, wait a second. Well, I'll have a horse here in just a few minutes, and
Yeah.
I can transform into a horse. I don't think that would be something that
That would be weird. I feel uncomfortable. I would know.
But her dog would definitely alert that the horse was you. And even if they didn't, then the party would be waiting for you to come back.
That would be so
Yeah, I'm
uncomfortable.
ready for a ride.
There'd be some very inappropriate jokes. Potentially.
it's up to you guys. It's like I can possibly call a horse or two. That's
If you can find us a mount, I think that would be
See if you get what
appreciated.
you can. After you see what you can get, then we'll see where we can go from there. I can actually probably move faster with like an assistance ability. Like
I don't think your ability affects move because it's not a skill roll.
no.
Do you have like a magic speed?
I don't that sounds weird. I do not
Well,
take
Like,
drugs.
you
If
can
Sounds
just
addictive, actually.
if
like,
your athletics is higher than your move, that's because your move is either
I was
Sure.
thinking oh no, that's protecting.
there's like a boost to your base attribute and can like Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon when the destroyer droids are up and they just go
Also, you don't want super speed because everyone who has super speed ends up dating their sister.
Ugh.
what?
Is this actually a thing? Because that sounds weird.
In the comics, they did an arc where they implied Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch were dating. And then on the Flash TV series, the Flash essentially married his sister. So it's this weird coincidence that
What season is that in? Because I do not remember that being part of that.
All of them.
All of them.
Oh, it's not his real sister though, which
They
is still
grew up in the
accurate. I
same
think.
house, raised by the same man, who they both
Yeah,
think of as their father.
yeah, I can see that. Okay, yeah, that is.
I don't know. Sounds like an adult movie to me.
Like, yeah, like
Oh,
Sounds like half of Greek mythology.
yes.
there. And the Greek mythology speedster was Mercury, and he definitely dated his sister at one point.
Oh God. Oh gods. Sorry.
Well, people, I have a few options. It's like I can go off and sort of figure out where we're at, uh, or I can possibly see if I can get a mount or two.
No to
But
the first, because you already failed that roll. You
no. I was thinking another way of instead of changing into a horse, I was going to change into an eagle and fly off and sort of figure out that way.
that is a possibility.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I like I said, I realized. Yeah, I couldn't redo my survival check,
Mhm.
but it's like I have alternate methods. That's why
I
I was.
think we'll just head north and see where the nearest village is, and I'm sure we could get information there.
Would there be any natives around in this area? Any tribes that you are familiar with, Silverlock, that would be
Well,
in
I don't know
this
where we're
vicinity?
at.
That seems to be the difficulty, yes.
Yeah. If you don't know where you're at, it's kind of hard to say. Yeah, but yeah, it's like I keep throwing out suggestions. Like I
How
can figure out.
well yeah, I think we need to take action on one of those. How much daylight do we have left?
And Jeff, for future reference, I just put something for you in the character folder.
Okay. Okay, I think it just popped up. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw the
So you
eagle
just have to update that with your.
attributes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what they're wanting me to do or not. That's yeah. Because it sounded like they just wanted to hoof it. It's like, oh yeah, I could carry one of you guys by myself, but there's other ways I can carry you. It's little easier.
Could I like empower my dog and he carry me? Or would
It's
that not work?
not that big a dog. Like I mean, it's a larger dog, but
I'll
not
I'll
large
just
enough
walk
to
then. Like
ride.
I'll just keep walking. It's fine. I'll walk.
I think we need to
I'll just
have John just turn into an eagle.
let's just get the show on the road and he can meet up with us up road. I have a I don't think he'll have any trouble catching up with us, like at all.
He can, in fact, walk about 2.5 times as fast as me in one round, I'm pretty sure.
3 times faster than me.
Yeah, my base move is 6, so yeah,
Oh, two
Okay.
times.
yeah.
I thought it was
Well,
like 9, or was that something else?
if I have my spell
That's
It's
going
what that
on,
boosted
then
was.
athletics, so
yeah,
if he subs that in, yeah, he can.
I really can move.
And I'm picturing that since it's an animal-based enhancement. I'm picturing that as like he's probably on all fours.
Yeah, that's exactly like what I was thinking.
Like,
Well, yeah, I
he's-
think you should
Sort
do
of
that
loping.
and then find out where we're at, and we can get a move on. So, like, I'm imagining us just like talking the day away, and the sun's like almost setting now.
I would start walking because I mean I'm slow, so you guys can catch up fast enough. Well, except for Graham.
I was about to say, like, yeah, we'll have a.
He'll have a horse though.
Well, let's
Alright,
do
you guys are
something.
heading along the road. Jeff, if you want to transform into something, you can. I'm assuming if you are going to transform, you can stay behind and then
Yeah, I'd probably give them my weapons because I don't need to have all my equipment, and and it ends up being a little harder with the more things you're transforming with yourself. But
Sure.
I will look to. Oh man, I forgot. What's your character's name?
Aaron, talking to you.
Yeah, I am.
You're
Sorry.
muted.
Thomas.
I will look at Thomas and just be like, don't worry about what he's about to do. As John's like probably getting rid of all his clothes.
well, no, I probably wouldn't totally disrobe
Uh,
in front of you guys. It's like, especially with Mary there. It's like,
yeah,
I'm already walking because I know what you're about to do. Don't want to see that.
there's less. But yes, it is
or do you?
technically easier to transform if you're in your underwear.
Yeah.
I'll help hold all your stuff, especially
It's
like if you've
weird,
got a
but it's
musket.
easy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
There's
uh,
also the version of it where instead of removing everything, you just shapeshift out of it, and like the coat falls
Yeah.
down and a bird
Yeah.
flies out of it. I've used that one in my All for One games.
I think I used that also in one of my I turned into a bird or
You
falcon.
did, but I mean, your character was essentially already just in the Bastille. You weren't wearing much anyway. Like
Let me
most of
have
your gear was
this.
taken when they threw you in the Bastille.
Well, I still left what I had behind. So
so yeah, I'll transform into an eagle and
Okay. And you will get a +1 on this one.
okay. Well, I assume since that's a ritual, it's going to take me a little bit of time, but it's how many. If you want me to keep rolling until I get the
I'm just going
numbers,
to say you can take the average on
Yeah.
because you will eventually succeed.
yeah, because my average will be 5, because I'll have a rating of 10 now,
So within let's say 5 minutes, you're able to
start shimmering and yeah.
yeah. And I would like you to make a perception check in eagle form.
Okay. Oops.
I am still here, by the way. I'm just
Yeah.
listening to him. Yeah.
Yep, I figured.
Yeah, because my intelligence would be 2. Okay.
Us walking down the road like this is making me reminded of like the American Revolution drummers and the piper. I was wondering if there was a girl in that one holding a flag, but there's not. Sad.
And I believe an eagle has a +4 on sight for keen senses. So,
I believe so.
yeah.
Otherwise, things like eagle eye make no sense.
Yeah.
So yes, you see from the air, you see the party's heading up the road, and then not, not that far up ahead. Like they could get there quickly if they ran, and they've been walking for a while. You see what appear to be British irregulars fighting a small group of. You can only assume are patriots by the fact that they are fighting the British, and they are not. The patriots are not winning.
Okay. And so it's
Does
okay.
this
Yeah.
would this be something we'd hear if there's like gunfire?
Yes, I would say by this point you would have heard gunfire, though some of the attackers are armed with like hatchets and knives. They might not have used too many shots. Like they might be trying to be a little more subtle about it.
Well, but the regulars would probably be pretty much.
No, they're irregulars.
They're irregular. Sorry. Okay.
what time of day is it?
Afternoon, but
Okay.
not too late in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I return back to the group and inform them of what's going on. Oh, before I returned, did I see it like it looked like either side getting reinforcements, or
It looked like the regulars didn't need reinforcements and the Patriots didn't have reinforcements.
okay, okay, yeah, I screech as I come into a landing. If nobody offers their arms, I just sort of land in behind a bush and
Yeah, sorry, John. No arm from me.
Also, do we actually say we're carrying your clothes with us? Just asking for.
I assume you guys.
I thought you were carrying them, Thomas.
No, John. I was.
No, I think Graham was carrying.
Okay, leave it all to the one-legged man. I see.
Yeah,
Well, it's not like that. I have that much to carry. So
yeah. It's basically like fur coat and wolf pelt hat, and then
buckskin, yeah. So it's
More
like, yeah,
animal skins. Yeah.
and and I don't have that many weapons. So yeah, it's. I said, yeah, there's some irregulars attacking. I'm guessing some patriots up the road, and just say our side's not doing too great.
Do you think they're who we're supposed to be assisting? Person
Well,
who's in danger?
well, if not, they need help regardless. If it's one we're supposed to help or not. Uh,
Did anyone look specifically important? Not that I'm slowing down to ask these. I'm asking these while I'm walking, you know.
yeah, I'm sort of like on. Come on, people. It's like you guys are barely moving. It's yeah. It's
I'm
probably
moving as fast as
Lead
I
the way,
can.
Silverlock.
Yeah.
I will follow you.
yeah.
Aye, me as well. And I'd like to make sure that my musket is loaded with not silver bullet shot, and I will tussle after him.
all right. So yeah, you guys head on your way, and you do see. You don't have to travel far when you see in the distance the aforementioned battle. It does appear that most of the Patriots have in fact fallen.
Is it?
However,
Sorry.
there is at
I feel
least
like we've been here
there
before.
are at least a couple still standing.
Can I? Yeah. I think putting them to sleep is a decent answer that wouldn't involve killing them, but would that entail using magic for war?
I don't think that was her intent. Can you see how many there are?
You can see there's some in the tree line, so I'm not just gonna tell you. You have to make a perception check.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah. How far away are they?
Getting closer with every step.
Perception.
The lousy rolls begin.
Yeah, it's hard to see how many because of the tree cover, and keep that in mind as I put you on the map, and you'll see exactly how many.
Oh, great.
Dun, 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 dun.
Um,
We're to the left.
should I go ahead and roll initiative?
What's that?
Should I roll initiative?
You should.
Hold on, I gotta find my character token. Oh, there I am.
I think we all should.
Mm,
Okay.
news. I don't see any zeros.
So behind. That should happen twice, but okay.
Okay, so it looks like Silverlock, Mary, and Thomas are all first, like in the first position.
Being the slowest, I think I'll go last.
Yeah, and I'm guessing the guys in blue are the
So the guys who are surrounded and have a bunch of dead guys around them, they're your guys.
yeah.
The guys in the blue hats are the British irregulars.
I only see one.
There's quite a few. One, two,
Here.
three,
Oh.
4,
There's
5.
yeah, they look like
Yeah.
Oh,
And
all
also
of them.
6.
for newbies, can you explain what a regular is? Like a
So
zombie.
the British regulars are the redcoats. They're what you think of.
Mhm.
Irregulars are they're not the regular army, but they're not quite mercenaries. They are
Gotcha.
They're like Imperial troops that aren't stormtroopers.
Okay.
So they probably shoot better. Got it.
yeah, kind of.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
They're like the A team. They're not quite the regular military, but they're not mercenaries. They're there. They're fighting the war. You know what side they're on. But
So they have a cool band,
they don't. No.
then they suck.
Because the A team didn't get that until they were out of the military and became fugitives. But yes, so Silverlock and Thomas would be up first.
yeah, I was looking at my spell. 1, 2. That only has to be. Yeah, probably have to be the 25. Okay, I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. I'm casting Nature's Embrace, 25-foot radius. That's a -6 mod. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. But that's
I
the
will
only
give
way.
you a +1 on this because your patron is still.
Yeah, I'll only do 10-foot radius, so I just get the top first 2. That way,
Okay.
I'm not as bad on the mods. And so it's a -4, but also okay, it's a -6 because of the range 2.
Seriously, all those modifiers are killers, right?
Yeah. Actually, I'll go here. That way I can cast it
And it will be in the range.
within 10 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way I'll cast it right there. It'll catch both of them. So it's
Okay.
at a -4.
Actually, it would be a +1 from your patron, and an additional plus. I'm going to say additional +2 because you're actually in the forest,
Okay.
so you'll get a +3,
Yeah.
which should help.
+3. Yeah. And -4. So at a -1. Okay. Is the overall. Put the modifier on. Only a 3.
And so you have to hit their will. Is it their?
It's basically okay. Scrolling down to it. Nature's Embrace, opposed strength roll versus my magic roll to attempt to break free. Oh, make a magic touch attack against all enemies. Resolve grapple as normal, but opponents may make an opposed strength roll versus a magic roll.
Okay.
So
Magic
3
touch attack.
against the
So
purple. Yeah,
only
touch.
getting to apply their. All right. They are not entangled this
Okay.
round.
Okay.
Next up is Thomas.
Should have
I'm
taken a few wounds, but okay.
over.
You also have a bunch of points.
Yeah, I know. It's early. That's why I sort of rushed in. But
And I have my pistol and my saber drawn.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah, I'll say you
going-
guys can have your weapons already drawn since you knew you were heading into a situation. So.
yeah, I'll have my
I'm aiming for the guy closest to me.
Okay.
hand axe probably. Yeah.
So for his defenses, you grazed him.
Oh, great.
You fired at this guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, you grazed him. Mary is up next.
Mary will go move 3 forward, 1, 2, 3, because she has a really slow move. And she will cast sleep. I have a question.
Yes.
If I don't use it as a area of effect spell and I do it on a single target, would that just be a 0 modifier? I have a modifier list, but there's like a 5-foot radius, but that makes a total of 10.
Let me check.
It's on page 46.
Yeah.
Is the magic modifiers.
You'd have the range effect.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, the range is going to be,
Yeah.
that's going to be a -2 for me already.
Yes.
I'm just
So
wondering.
putting them to sleep until the end of the current scene is a 0.
Yeah, that's on page 55.
And then, yeah, I would say it's a 0 for area of effect, but then,
-2 for distance.
yes.
I also don't think I have my dog modifier on here, so I'm just going to do it a flat because the dog
Okay.
modifier isn't in here, and my dog would also move up, but
Yep.
I'm going to do it on, clarify, I'm going to do it on, I believe this person is this person with our group? Or no?
That person is one of yours.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm doing it on the laptop, so
Sure.
this person over here, could I do it on him and it's still that -2? He's not that far away.
Yeah. If he's
That's
within
one of ours,
100
right?
feet, then yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him to sleep. Through the north wind, it's the sea. There's a river. Sing me a lullaby.
So you rolled more than his willpower, so I believe he is now asleep.
Yes, that should be how it happens.
So we're just going to use the unconscious bubble because I need to add a sleep icon to this game. All right. This guy here, who is clearly sort of a well-to-do gentleman, is going to fire upon the same guy Thomas shot at, whose defenses. So taking the average, you would get. So that guy takes another shot. Bad guy's turn.
Man.
All right. So Thomas is getting hit with a tomahawk attack, and John is getting hit with a fixed bayonet. So Aaron's defending against a 3, Jeff is defending against a 1.
Oh, damn.
They sort of just slur and laugh at this thing. Like,
It's pretty good.
This guy takes a pretty serious wound. The guy in the blue with the tricorner takes a pretty serious wound from being shot by the Indian. And then the other guy also takes a wound as he is attacked by a tomahawk. And tomahawk defense is that, so that would be. Alright. Graham is up next. And this guy's holding his action, he's just moving out here to.
Oh, thank you.
Fire on.
To okay, what I do? I did something to my roll 20. I need to refresh real quick, but I'm gonna move
Okay.
2 steps forward, 1 step left, so I'm diagonal to Mary, and then
Okay.
I'm going to present at the guy that just moved. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, perfect. And then I'm gonna
Okay.
shoot at him.
trick shot. Pick up a mirror. Look. You said you presented your back to him. That's why.
Okay, yeah, just one. Okay, not super good. Boom.
It does not hit.
Too much running.
And Josiah would actually be next.
All right. I'm going to move. I think that's 5. And then I'm going to fire at this guy. He's an enemy, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, somebody else just attacked him, so he'd have a -2 on his defense, right? Okay.
Not that guy. Oh wait, yeah,
Got
Graham just shot him, so yes, he would.
Okay. All right. Let's do it worst, such as it is. Okay. Let's see. Bow.
You grazed him.
All right.
The Patriot who has been wounded by the Indian shoots back at the Indian. And Silverlock is up next.
Okay, I'm gonna attack this guy. I'm gonna throw a style point in there. Just because I'm normally don't use weapons. That's
Gotta stop rolling below average.
Can you have a minute? Or ask Emily to help you?
and I'll move up to here. I know it didn't probably hurt him too much, but it's like perfect
Alright, Thomas is next.
here.
I'm going to both reload my pistol and also stab him with my saber.
I don't think you can do both.
Oh,
Unless-
really? Disappointed.
Yeah, because they would each take an action.
Okay. And question about that: can I use my other weapon as a double wield?
Yeah, I would say you could.
Well, I mean the one that's concealed.
You could, but it's not really effective unless you're using it for your stealth attack.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll just stab with my saber.
Well, you could hit him with your pistol butt as well as stab.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah,
That is an option.
Yeah, I'll pistol butt him,
Yep.
and then I'll saber him too.
And the pistol butt, I'll add that to your character sheet if I haven't already.
You haven't.
And
Since
they're
I
on.
know you don't have
They'll be at what, a -2 for both the attacks since you have the flurry talent.
them. Yes, it would be.
You know, the flurry talent gives you a -2 on both the attacks versus Otherwise, there's more of a penalty.
So,
And it's a total attack, so you
yeah.
lose your defense with that, or your active defense. So.
Yeah, so you'd take a -2 to both attacks if you were attacking with both weapons. Unless you spent style points to boost your talent, then you could use it.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to spend 2 style points for the entire scene, you won't have any penalty.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. So spend your points.
And then try.
If you can't, I'll just.
No, I'm
steal
doing.
them.
I'm just having incompetent moments.
Okay.
Spend.
All right. So for the duration of this combat, you can attack twice without having penalties on your attacks.
Delightful. Okay. Stabby. And
Nice.
ooh, very nice. And
Finally, somebody's not rolling above below average.
So you stab this guy, and then as he's, caught unaware by that, you take your pistol and just cold clock him. That guy is out.
Nice.
Can I see this person right here? Oh, sorry. I assumed that was the end of his turn.
You.
yes.
I'll say yes because of the gunfire. You have enough line of sight on him to know he's there.
Okay. 1, 2.
Like once he's drawn your attention, yeah, you can notice him.
Oh, so my dog would be moving up with me.
Yep.
Can he move there? I didn't move him last turn, but he would have moved up with me.
Yep.
Can I? Actually, I think I blocked Thomas with the dog.
You're good.
Yeah, if he's within 100 feet, it's just a -2
Yeah.
penalty, which is negated by my dog being here.
Okay.
Magique. Good night. Sleep tight.
Nice.
And you have definitely put him to sleep.
I suggest we tie these people up before they wake up. I don't know how long they'll be sleeping.
Well,
This guy is reloading his gun, and he's kind of falling back.
Well, that's right next to
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought that was a lady. I was zoomed out.
Nope, that is a man in a very nice coat and a powdered wig.
Does he
Okay.
look... What side does he appear to be on?
He was being attacked by the.
Yeah. Judging by the fact that the same people who you're fighting tried to kill him, he's on your side.
Got it.
The
I
enemy
was
of
your
my
enemy,
enemy.
that kind of thing.
I was zoomed out very far, and I thought it was like a lady in a beach dress.
We've all been there.
All right, so bayonet attacks on Mary and Channing, tomahawk attack on Silverlock. So
Okay. A 2?
2 and a 2.
they are not rolling well this game.
Yay! I did good.
All right, defense. Submit. Oh shit!
Well, now
that
the tree is
in addition
down.
to taking the 2 lethal, as he comes in with the bayonet, he ends up cutting your bowstring on the way. That's your penalty for.
Oh fudge. Okay.
Yeah. So you
That's
take the
bad.
damage, and your bow is disabled until you have a chance to restring it.
All right.
And
That's-
Graham is up next.
I'm going to go on to pulling out my pistol, and I'm just gonna shove it up against him and pull the trigger.
Okay.
Nice.
Is it +1 because I'm point blank with a pistol?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna use one style and make it a +2. He knows karate, apparently.
Just shifts
Yeah.
aside.
Well, he's grinning happily after sticking Josiah. So it's like,
Well, I
Yes,
tried that.
apparently he can do jujitsu, and
Grabs throne. Oh! Yeah, that's all I can do.
oh
Fair.
god! And once I said he can do jujitsu, you know what got stuck in my head, Aaron.
Uh-huh.
dun, 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 dun.
Running for your life from Shia LaBeouf. He's preaching.
Oh, yeah. I think Becca and I were thinking of everyone was kung fu fighting, but yeah.
That would
No,
be
no,
kung
no.
fu. That would, yeah, not jujitsu.
Normal 2 tonight for Shia LaBeouf.
If you guys haven't seen the Cannibal Shia LaBeouf video, I will send it to
It's
you.
really quite wonderful.
Dr. Channing is up next.
All right. A pistol at this range would be +1, right? Because
Yes.
it's point blank. All right. I'm going to fire my flintlock pistol, and I'm going to throw a style point into it.
Solid
because
plan.
I am having a very bad day. So that would actually be 2.
For what it's worth, I think restringing a bow would still be faster than loading a cannonball into a gun or a cannon.
Well, it's
If you
already
have extra
loaded,
string.
yeah, it's.
Okay, so his defense is reduced. So he takes some damage from that.
You bloody bastard.
Patriot's gonna come down here and start reloading his gun.
Oh, he's not attacking the one that just tried to attack me. Okay.
He doesn't have any. This guy does not have a bayonet on his gun.
He also has the rifle butt, but that's all.
It's
That's
I
fine.
mean,
That's,
typically not everyone carries bayonets on their gun unless they are expecting to be in a battle. It's a battlefield weapon. It's not a.
well, the
Not
rifle
something
butt
you take
too.
if you're just going out hunting or whatever.
Yeah.
So he is coming down here and starting to reload his gun. And Silverlock is up next.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing a total attack on this guy, and what the hell? I'll throw in the 2 style points too, so it's a +4 to the attack. So
All of my points into beating the hell out of this guy.
yeah, you know,
If you die with style points, you lose.
yeah.
I mean, there are some who would say if you die at all, you lose.
Well,
Well,
Okay, so 6 successes.
Yeah, so he's coming after Silverlock with the tomahawk. Silverlock just grabs this guy's head and drives the bone into the bridge of his nose.
Oh god.
Oh no, I actually have a hand axe that I was.
Oh, you have an axe?
Yeah, I was actually using a weapon. I know that's atypical for me.
All right,
but-
so as he's coming at you with a tomahawk, you take yours and just bury it right into the side of his leg.
ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah. You will feel that one. All right. Thomas is up next.
Cool. I'm gonna go over here and rinse and repeat.
Okay.
Stabby. Disappointing. And butt. Disappointing.
Neither one connects.
That
He's
is
he's using his musket to kind of fend off both of your attacks.
since he's using his musket to fend off the other person's attack, is it safe to assume that I can touch him?
Yes.
Nighty
A
night.
gentle breeze
I'm
from
like,
up above
distraction.
the mountain. Whoops. Softly blows for lullaby, babe.
What spell are you using?
Nice.
Sleep.
So yeah, as he's fighting Thomas, suddenly he has a hand on his face. Sleep now.
I
And he
love
does.
this.
Nighty night and good night.
I could have done it at just a +2, and then he sleeps for like an hour or two.
Yeah. And This
Oh.
guy's reloading his gun.
As a side note, can the end of the scene be like once we tie them up, then they wake up, or like the combat's over and then they wake up?
I will say I will give you a little time at the end.
Excellent, thank you.
All right, these two are falling back.
So he wasn't stunned with my attack?
Nope.
Okay.
This guy is falling back. He's going to take out the Patriot on the way.
Jerk.
So he's falling back, and as he passes the Patriot, he gets him with a bayonet. This guy's actually going to double move. He's off the map. Next up is Graham. So you've got one fleeing opponent and 3 unconscious ones.
Okay. Did this guy that... Oh, wait, where'd he go? Was this him now?
He fled. No.
He fled. He's here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the other one that went off the map is probably still in range for a weapon or
Okay.
for his
If
rifle.
you had a loaded musket, he would be.
Oh, okay.
Does... Man, Silverlock is so far away. I am going to draw my saber and go 1, 2, 3. And I'm facing the wrong direction. Let me turn my token. Or if you... I can't actually see.
I can turn your...
Oh, wait, I got it. So now I'm armed with a saber. I left my musket
Yep.
here, basically, I think.
Dr. Channing is next.
Okay. I'm gonna restring my. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna medicine myself
Okay.
first because I've lost a lot of hit points.
So I'm going to say it's a -2 to self-medicate in the middle of a battle.
Okay. Well.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yes. Yes, performing battlefield medicine on oneself. But 3, and with your lifesaver talent, that probably heals you up to full.
Yep.
So is that like having a Tide Pod or like?
No, that consuming a Tide Pod definitely sends you the other direction. Cloakroom.
I was drinking water.
Now you're breathing water.
Also, I will say, I was eating Gushers the other day. I'm like, you know, if these were bigger, they'd be like Tide Pods.
That's too good.
It made me want them more.
Bad.
Tide Pods or Gushers?
Oh, to feel like a kid again!
I mean, yes, I eat Gushers, Dunkaroos, Fruit by the Foot. I eat all the same snacks I ate when I was a kid.
I'd say that's
That's
normal.
amazing.
Tide Pods is
That's
not
why.
normal.
Like, I was so happy to find out Dunkaroos were still a thing.
You were very happy about that.
Was. Silverlock is next.
If the guy that ran away, I would assume that he's probably still in range of my spells.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a. I'm gonna actually channel 2 wounds, so he's at.
And I'll give you a patron bonus for this one.
So it's like he's probably within 100 feet, so I'd be at a -2. But if you want to say he's forced or not, that's up to you.
Yeah, I'll give you the terrain bonus, so you'll
Okay.
get a +3 that I'm giving you, and then
Okay.
anything you get from wounds or points
Yeah.
added onto that.
So you'll be a +5 overall by taking a couple of non-lethal because I want to make certain this guy doesn't get away. Ah, well,
And so it's a touch attack. He only gets to use his passive defense. So he'd be rolling. And then you roll. Okay, so yeah. And then his strength would be.
It's against the magic roll, but not the.
He is just. You do just enough that he is bound up. So Silverlock slams his hand on the ground, and you can see kind of near him the roots of the trees kind of grow into the ground. Again, you kind of see the ground, pop up, kind of like when the gopher from Winnie the Pooh is digging, and then the roots wrap around this guy and restrain him.
That's your reference for how the vines looked at Winnie the Pooh reference. I just want to.
Yep.
Because I pictured it, honestly. I pictured it legit. I just.
Yeah, it's like the perfect way to describe that. Like everyone knows what I mean.
But it's animated in my brain, by the way.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, me too. Just so you know.
Everything is animated in my brain, so
The animation
That's
varies, though.
That tracks.
I
uh,
recommend we tie these people up before they wake up, would be my recommendation.
yeah,
Oh, there's
you got
still one guy
left who's
up.
still in the fight,
Yeah,
Oh, there's still one person? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and it's Thomas's turn now.
Who's left?
this guy.
Oh. Well.
Not for long.
Oh,
I thought getting the guy that was running away that could possibly get reinforcements.
Yeah, no, that was a good call.
all right, and a little stab.
And there were no jokes that I was going to make about your deity giving you help restraining people at all. I promise.
She's in the bondage. I'm sorry.
All right, so first attack would do. All right.
Don't laugh, Adrian. Don't laugh.
I like this game.
Mary is up
This
next.
is funny.
And once
Okay.
again, I'm distracting him, so Mary can just part touch him again too. If you can get
Sorry.
over there.
I missed that. What?
I'm distracting him. If you can walk over to him, you can probably just touch him.
She doesn't have the movement range to do.
No, I don't. But
But
it
she can
makes it
still
out of
cast.
It
My
makes it
peg
to where
legs and
it's-
her high heels doesn't work.
He's within 10 feet at this point, so it's at a 0, which means +2 because of my dog.
Correct.
Or I could just roll it naturally, and he'll be asleep for an hour.
Okay.
Right.
So as the last of them falls unconscious, the man in the powdered wig kind of straightens his coat. You can see the knees of his pants are in his hands. It basically, you can tell this guy was probably on a horse at one point, and the attack sent him falling off of it.
Does he look familiar?
He does not. I mean, there's a lot of guys in this time period that look like this, but not you. This guy, not specifically.
His name
Yeah.
tag reads, "Hi, I am George."
Well, thank you, friend.
Yeah.
Thank you kindly, friends.
I'm ignoring him. I'm going up to take care of the the sleeping people.
Thank you kindly, friends. I don't know what I would have done had you not come along. I was. Huh. These rangers were a bit much for my escort.
Speaking of escort, do any of his escort look like they could use some medical help?
They look like they are beyond the reach of medical help.
Okay.
Why were you attacked?
Why, I am a member of.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to say it proudly. I am a member of the Continental Congress. To these men, I am a traitor, sir.
I see. Might we have the honor to know who we are addressing?
Why, yes. My name is Richard Henry Lee. I am a son of this great colony of Virginia.
I see. It was a good that we were able to help you, sir.
Can I start seeing to the sleeping guy and knock him out with the butt of my rifle? So he's
Sure. I'll say
actually
you guys
sleeping.
can be dealing with all the sleeping guys, either knocking them out
Yeah.
or tying them up.
The guy's talking where it's like,
Oh, like I said, I was not worrying about this.
Yeah,
It's like
you're
we have people that I need to deal with.
yeah, same line of thinking after a quick introduction as oh, this guy's not actually, he's gonna wake up. Wham!
Well, I'm not a people person to begin with, so yeah.
You do better putting people to sleep.
If I could trouble you, fine people, for I'm on my way to the Congress in Philadelphia with a most important resolution. One that could very well set us on the path to building a new nation. And as you can see, I am without an escort and without a horse. I would appreciate any aid you could provide and see me safely to the Congress in Philadelphia. I can see once we arrive that you are well compensated.
Sorry, double check. What was his name again?
Richard Henry Lee.
Is there any reason why we wouldn't help this guy out?
I've already given. Sorry. When he said he was a proud son of Virginia, I would have given you guys the eye, like
Yes.
Yeah,
son
I
of
picked up on
Virginia.
that. It's like, okay, maybe this is who Virginia was talking about.
Yeah, I was thinking it, but then I was also I don't know if this is the
I'll-
guy. Maybe.
I'll speak up to him and say, well, sir, as I see that we are on the same side and that you are headed for Philadelphia, I will go with you and aid you as I can. My name is Dr. Channing, Dr. Josiah Channing, at your service, sir.
Indeed, we are headed the same direction. We have some business there, so I see no reason for us not to travel together.
Wonderful. Just wonderful.
I got a question.
Yes.
Why do these fine unconscious men attack you?
Well, my guess is they know about what I'm carrying.
And what's that?
Be it resolved that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states. They are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is, and ought to be, totally dissolved.
Is that how you lawyer, Adam? I'm just asking.
No,
when
that
you're
is
lawyer-
No, that was him actually reading a document. That
It's a Declaration of Independence, right? No, is that?
it is not a declaration, but the legislature of this fine colony of Virginia has authorized me to propose in Congress that we do declare independence from Great Britain.
So this is the Virginia colony saying we approve of declaring independence, basically.
Yes. So historically,
is-
Richard Henry Lee was the guy who actually made the motion for independence in Congress.
Okay.
And then he went back to Virginia and left Adams and Jefferson and Franklin to actually write the Declaration.
Okay. So this guy's basically bearing a message that's saying Virginia's all in for the country.
Yep.
For the new country.
I'm
made the
committing
motion.
It's kind of an important
Woohoo!
message to get across.
So basically, at the time, like Massachusetts and New Hampshire were all in on independence. But once Virginia went all in, that's kind of what got the ball rolling. And within a few months, independence would be declared. Unless something goes wrong and Richard Lee doesn't reach for Philadelphia.
We can't let that not happen.
Well, you sound pretty important there, sir. Guess you got yourself a transport.
Well then, let us be on our way to Philadelphia.
Well, it's like we need to do something with these men. It's like we're not going to murder them.
Well, we don't have horses to carry their weapons. I suppose we could leave those here, and if we have some rope, we could march them, and they could be part of the next prisoner exchange. Them for some of ours.
I think that is a worthy cause.
Indeed.
Taking care
Of course, we would have to wait for them to wake up.
Sorry.
No, shouldn't take too long.
Can you undo
Well,
your spells, Mary? Can
I
you
think we can just
Oh,
unsleep them
slap
when you want them?
they'll wake up soon enough. They should only have been asleep for till we were done fighting, essentially.
I mean, that would be the case, but then your friends went around bludgeoning them to make
No,
sure they stayed
no,
unconscious.
Yeah.
only one of them was, I think, attacked.
Well, we can have them carry the unconscious one.
Can we splash water on them? Is there water anywhere?
All right. I will say that in enough time they will wake up, and you can kind of tie them together and march them to.
I do have holy water, but I think it's a waste of holy water to use it on them.
I would think we'd have water in our
That's true.
And I would say Dr. Channing probably has like some ether
Smelling
salts or
salts.
something in his medical kit. So, yes, I will say you can wake them up and get them tied up and begin marching them back to Philadelphia. And that's where we end for today.
Where are we located right now?
Arizona.
You guys are in Virginia.
Oh, we are in Virginia then. Okay.
Yeah. Presumably
So that-
presumably somewhere north of Richmond, because Richard Lee has the resolution and is heading back. So
Okay.
you probably traveled a little further than you would have thought through the
Yeah, if we were in Roanoke, that's quite a distance. That's
she
well over
said you
300
on your
miles.
way because she wanted you to find this guy, and I think you're all realizing that now.
Okay. Yeah, she put us right where we needed to be. Okay.
So for this
Well,
week,
a little ways off. I did have to walk a bit.
yep. So for this week, everyone gets participation, danger, role playing, and knowledge point. And then, as I said, those of you that were here last week, remember to add that victory point.
So if that puts me, that's 4 for this session then, right?
Yes.
Plus the 1? Or is
Plus
it?
the one for last week, yes.
Okay, so that puts me to 16, which means I could buy
Get a leg.
that for next week, right?
Yes. Yes, next week we're probably going to open next week with you guys arriving in Philadelphia with Richard Lee.
Mm-hmm. So I'll go over offline with you about switching out my flaw.
Okay.
And then for next week, it's the day after Thanksgiving. But to my knowledge, Becca and I, are we free, Becca?
When I say next week, I mean next session, because the next thing I want to discuss is, will we be able to play next week?
Okay.
I will be free because I am not traveling this year.
Our plan was put to Saturday, so I mean, we're busy the day before and the day after, but Friday itself we have no plans.